Good morning, Karitz. I'm quite sure you must have enjoyed this poem. This is a poem written by Nobel laureate Pablo Neruda. That is his pen name pseudonym. His real name is Neftali Ricardo Reyes Basoalto, a Chilean poet who won the Nobel Prize for Literature in the year 1971. So, what is the theme of this poem? What does Pablo Neruda talk about? What does this poem deal with? This poem deals with the necessity of introspection, the need of introspection. And as a result, the poet feels there will be mutual understanding among human beings. It will create a feeling of mutual understanding among human beings. So let's recite this poem at first before we go further in the study of this poem. Now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still. Now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still. For once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. For once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. It would be an exotic moment without rush, without engines. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. It would be an exotic moment without rush, without engines. Exotic moment. Very unusual moment, very strange moment. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. Fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales, and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. Those who prepare green wars, those who prepare green wars, wars with gas, wars with fire, victory with no survivors, would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers in the shade doing nothing. What I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with death. If we were not so single minded about keeping our lives moving and for once could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. Perhaps the earth can teach us as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. Now I will count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. Now let us see the gist of this poem. Very important poem. What does the poet talk about? He talks about the need of silence. He talks about introspection and the importance of quietude and calmness. If you are quiet, if you are at calm, you'll be able to introspect and definitely to create a feeling of mutual understanding among human beings. They will understand each other. It will develop understanding. So here, the necessity of introspection, and as a result, there will be a mutual understanding among human beings. The poet asks us to keep still and count up to 12. He also asks us to sit still for a moment. We should not speak any language. So he says, let there be no linguistic barriers. So let us not speak any language. We should not move our arms so much. We should not move our hands. We should not move our weapons. We should not use our weapons. And that moment will be exotic moment. It will be a moment of complete silence without rush or worry. And what kind of moment it will be? It will be very unusual moment, exotic moment, very strange moment. Then a sudden strangeness will prevail, which we will all enjoy. And how it will be? It will be a bliss. It will be a blessing. The fisherman would not harm the whales on the cold sea. Even the man gathering salt would not stop working. And look at his hurt hands and reflect at the pain and harm his strenuous task has caused him. So, first of all, will not harm the environment, will not harm the endangered species. At the same time, the man will be able to analyze what is he doing. The man who is gathering salt will understand the injury that is inflicted upon. He'll be able to reflect upon the pain or the harm that is causing. All kinds of wars must be stopped at once. The green wars, that's a war against the environment. Wars with poisonous gases, biogas, firearms, wars with weapons, ammunition. It all must be stopped. People who are all the time preparing for wars, leaving no survivors. There are wars and it leaves no survivors. They ought to find time to wear clothes and walk around with their brothers, strengthening the message of peace and brotherhood. So let them carry the message of peace and brotherhood. At the same time, the poet cautions not to confuse stillness with total inactivity. Life is an ongoing process and should not be associated with death. It is to be lived with positive attitude. It does not want us to ruminate over death. It does not want us to think over death. But he feels that if for once we do not focus ourselves single mindedly to keep our lives moving, but do some introspection or spend some time in silence doing nothing, we can understand ourselves better and escape from the threatening calls of death. The earth can teach us a lesson how everything comes to a dead end and comes to life again. In the same manner, a quiet introspection can bring all evil thoughts to an end and bring in a new life of peace and tranquility. Now the poet will count up to 12 and they should keep quiet and he will go. So at the end he says, he will count up to 12 and they all should keep quiet and then the poet will go. Now at first let us see short answer type questions. We have seen a number of multiple choice questions and we'll discuss today also few of them. Answer in 30 to 40 words, 2 marks each. What will counting to 12 and keeping quiet help us achieve? The poet asks us to count 12 and then be quiet, silent and motionless so that at least for once on the surface of the earth no language will be spoken. We'll be able to meditate, reflect and introspect in silence. It will help us to achieve a sense of togetherness among all, a condition which is important for the survival of humanity. Let's go to question number 2. What is the sadness that the poet Pablo Neruda refers to in the poem Keeping Quiet? The poet refers to the sadness which surround man due not to having any time for himself. So the poet refers to the sadness which is surrounding man because he has no time and for understanding each other, understanding what he and his fellow men want. He has no time for introspection. As a result, he is not able to analyze his own actions and understand its consequences. So what is he doing? He should be able to understand. And that's why poet says the fishermen, they should stop whaling. They should stop catching the whales, so harming the environment. And the salt gatherers, they should look at their own hands, bleeding hands, what harm he has done to himself. So how you have spoiled the nature and how you have done the harm to each other. So at least the introspection will give him time to analyze his own actions and what will be the consequences of his own actions. Do you think the poet advocates total inactivity and death? Why? This is a very important question. Because it is not that the poet is advocating total inactivity, because he says no truck, no agreement, no association with death when he talks about that. No, the poet does not advocate total inactivity or death. He clearly states that he is asking for stillness should not be confused with inactivity. He only wants us to stop inhuman and destructive activities, particularly those involved in war. He wants us to live in peace. So, this is a very, very important question. The poet says, what I want should not be confused with total inactivity. So, what I'm saying, it should not be confused with total inactivity. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with death, no association with death, or no agreement with death. So I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about inactivity. But when you are not doing anything, then what? You are supposed to analyze. You are supposed to introspect. You are supposed to reflect over what you have done, what harm you have done to the environment. Why are you fighting the wars? And what kind of wars? You have on one hand you are fighting green wars, wars with the environment. Then you are using gas. That means what? So here what kind of warfare it is? So there are so many biological weapons that are being used. Chemical wars. So poisonous gases are being used. So wars with firearms, weapons. And ultimately what happens? Victory with no survivors. There are no survivors. So therefore he says, let's be all clean, pure. And let's all come together with purity. Let our minds be quite clean. Let our clothes externally as well as internally. And let's understand each other. Let's walk with our brothers. And will not do anything. So this poet is appealing for peace and tranquility on this earth. So let's move on to the fourth question now. What are the different types of wars mentioned in the poem and what is Neruda's attitude towards these wars? The poet mentions war against humanity and nature, green wars. Wars with poisonous gases and wars with firearms do no good to anyone. So Neruda feels that such wars may bring victory, but there are no survivors. It is a hollow victory. It means there is a heavy loss on both sides. And what is the views of that victory? Wherein there are no survivors, large number of people dying there. Let's read this stanza and let's see extract based question. We'll take up two extract based question and then once again we'll go to 2 marks question. So fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. So what is fisherman symbolic of? The fisherman symbolizes man's indiscriminate exploitation of nature for his vested interests. So he symbolizes indiscriminate exploitation. What is he doing? Now he is catching the whales, which is endangered species. What will happen when fishermen do not harm whales? The whales will no longer be on the verge of extinction. A sense of coexistence can go into the minds of people. So beautifully they have given the answer here. You can go through this answer. What has happened to the man gathering salt? What must he do? The man gathering salt has injured his hands. So what he has done? He has injured his hands. His hands are bleeding. He must take care of his hurt hands and should realize that his actions are self-destructive. So let's move on to the next question now. What would happen in this moment of silence? So when they keep quiet, what will happen? He will become conscious of the harm causing to others and to themselves. So what harm is causing to others and what harm he is doing to himself, and will work towards a better tomorrow. There will be mutual understanding, coexistence and harmony. So what image does the poet create in the last line? He creates the image of incessant suffering. In his effort to add comforts to his life, he has paid no heed to the pain that caused him. So let's move on to the second extract. Perhaps the earth can teach us, as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. Now I will count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. Who can teach us and what? The earth can teach us. The earth can teach us how new life emerges from the ashes of the dead remains. Likewise, quiet introspection will enable us to live a life of peace and harmony. Let's see the next question. Why does a speaker count up to 12? It is a part of initiation in meditation. All distractions and digressions are washed away and man is in a moment of bliss. Now explain, you keep quiet and I will go. The poet wants us all to keep quiet and experience the moment of realization and peace. So he will go and pass on the message to another group of people. So here the poet wants to introspect. When you keep quiet, you will be able to introspect and you will realize the harm that you are doing to the environment and what you are doing to yourselves. And you will have peace of mind. Then this message he will pass on to other people. So let's go on to the short answer type questions. Let's see short answer type questions. What does Pablo Neruda urge us? To keep still. Stillness is necessary for reflection and quiet introspection. We can hear the voice of our conscience and thus withdraw ourselves from undesirable actions and contribute to create a society of peace and mutual understanding. Let's go to the second question. Under the apparent stillness, there is life. So when he talks about the earth, that teaches us the lesson. Under the apparent stillness, it all appears quite still, apparently, peripherically. So at the periphery, it all appears like that. At the surface, it all appears. The poet does not want to equate stillness with total inactivity. Under the apparent stillness, there is life. We can learn it from the earth. When everything seems dead, the earth still remains alive. The life on earth goes on under the apparent stillness. Last question here. Why do men become sad? How can this sadness be overcome? Men fail to understand themselves. They are always threatening themselves with death. When they do not understand themselves, they become sad. A long silence might interrupt this sadness and make them good. So men fail to understand themselves. They are not able to understand each other. They do not even understand that they are harming themselves. And as a result, what happens? They become very sad. And you can overcome that when you keep quiet. A long silence will take away that sadness. And probably, ultimately, what will be there? There will be mutual understanding and peace on this earth. Thank you. Goodbye.